Morning to everybody. So I'm here live streaming with you this morning. It is a beautiful Sunday morning here in Virginia. It is here about 8:30 Eastern Daylight Time, and I'm out and about. Decided to get out in nature and wildlife today and do some walking, do some meditating and some praying, and try to find some direction and guidance in my life today. So I'm going to wait around and see if I can catch some of my followers and subscribers this morning. Hey, Blends Barbershop, good seeing you this morning. Was you up all night? I know I was. I didn't sleep too good last night, so it was kind of a rough night for me. But it's a beautiful day today, and like I say, I'm out and about. I'm going to do some walking with you guys this morning and do some talking and hanging out. I say it's about 60 degrees with a light breeze this morning. It is absolutely beautiful. I'm having some coffee this morning, and like I said, I'm just taking a walk this morning, doing some prayer and meditation time here on this Sunday morning, trying to find some guidance and direction in my life. Kind of in a split in the tracks in my life right now. You guys have been following me around for a couple years, and you've seen me up and you've seen me down, you've seen me moving all around, and that's kind of how it is in recovery, trying to rebuild. It's trying to find the right place to rebuild. It's extremely hard out here trying to rebuild when you're in recovery. Let's see, Blend says, yes, I was up playing with my brother. I heard that. Well, I'm glad you had fun playing with your brother last night. I know I was up last night. I couldn't rest too well. I just had a lot on my mind here recently. Just going through a lot of changes. Life can bring a lot of changes to us, and just trying to adjust to those changes and make something happen. Like I say here in my recovery story, trying to rebuild after you have a history of not being a very good person, and then you change your life and you become a better person. It's extremely challenging and hard to get ahead, to even make it in life out here right now. Homelessness is a serious issue, addiction, all types of things. I've dealt with it all, still continue to deal with it. Even though the addiction issues isn't a problem for me anymore, I finally did myself a favor and quit drinking and gave up running around and acting crazy. So it's kept me out of jails and kept me out of prisons and stuff, so that's a good thing. And like I say, I'm out here living my life today, and hopefully I'll get the opportunity before too long to meet my daughter for the very first time. I have a beautiful daughter that's 14 that I'm anxiously waiting to meet one day. And I'm continuing to stay sober, continuing to fight through life, rebuilding here in my recovery. And, that's where it's at. Sometimes a lot of things in life are just out of our control, and just kind of have to go with the flow. Can't force people to really do anything. Good morning, Tiffany. How are you doing this morning? Good to have you with me. Having some coffee. I'm out here on the river this morning. I'll give you guys a quick view of where I'm at out here walking. So I'm on a beautiful river walk this morning, and told everybody last night when I was live streaming with them that I would come this morning and hang out with everybody, share a little bit more about me, my story, my recovery, how life is going for me, how things has been. That's good, Tiffany. Good to see you. We're going to do a little walking this morning, Tiffany. I'm out here on a river walk here, enjoying some nature and wildlife, doing some prayer and meditation this morning, trying to find some direction in my life. Good to have everybody. It's a beautiful Sunday morning here in Virginia. It's about 60 degrees, light breeze. You couldn't ask for a more beautiful morning. I'm out having my coffee this morning, let's say doing some prayer and meditation, getting my day together, trying to find some direction in life. A lot of changes has come about. Been moving around a lot, trying to get adjusted, rebuilding here in my recovery, and it's been really challenging. Tiffany says she's in Florida. Well, hi there in Florida, Tiffany. What parts of Florida are you from? I lived in Apopka and Orlando for a long time. Then I lived in Clearwater Beach. I lived in Jacksonville. I was born in McClenny, so I'm kind of a Florida friend. Says, hey, sorry my friend changed my name on YouTube. But that's okay, no problem. No worries. Like I say, it's good to see everybody this morning. Like I say, we're going to do some walking. I'm going to get myself together and get going here. It's a lot of people out today. It's warm and springtime finally. So everybody's out and about doing things today. And I'm one of them. I enjoy getting out in nature, wildlife, and I'm having my coffee this morning. And I'll take you guys along for a walk here on my nature and wildlife walk this morning. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's about 60 degrees with a light breeze this morning. And we got this little box right here. I guess it's some kind of like beehive or something that they got here. I'm not quite sure. But it's some kind of box, and it's got holes in it and sticks. And I'm not quite sure if that's like for dirt daubers, like for bees or something like that. I'm not quite sure. But I thought it looked kind of neat. Some kind of home for something other. I don't know, has anybody seen anything look like that before? Because I never have. Hello, Suzanne. How are you doing? Good morning. Hello, Dis. You live in Texas, Longview. Good morning, Texas. Good morning, Suzanne. Good to see y'all this morning. I'm in Virginia. So I'm in the southern part of Virginia right now, down next to North Carolina. Spent a little time back home. Haven't been home in quite some time, and I got kind of lost years ago and went up to the mountains and left home and got in some trouble and got wrapped up into alcohol and went away for a long time. And now I'm out trying to live my life and recovery, rebuilding, and I tell you, life is better, but it's definitely not easier. It's pretty challenging trying to rebuild out here, especially when you have so many things working against you. Well, that's good. Have you ever been to Virginia, little Dis? Whoa, I walked off the trail there. Well, that's good. Yeah, Virginia is beautiful. I've lived here most of my life, even though I've lived in Florida and Ohio. I'm so glad it's springtime. These little purple flowers, I've always loved these little guys right here. Purple is one of my favorite colors. But I'm so glad it's springtime. This winter was really tough out here. It was super cold this past winter. I was up in the mountains and it was 0 degrees, and I was fighting through getting off probation and all that stuff. So finally got that done, and now I'm out here living my life, trying to find some direction and see what's next in life for me. So I'm just kind of showing you guys around this morning on my river walk. I've spent a little time with you. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Eventually I'll get settled down somewhere and be able to do some fishing and get to enjoy some of my life. It's been, I'd say, extremely challenging, being in recovery, trying to rebuild when you got so much working against you. I'm not in a felon-friendly state, so I got convicted of a felony years ago and was on probation and worked my way off of probation and been here in recovery now for a couple years and been here on the channel with you all, sharing my story. And you all have seen me get off probation, you've seen me get housing, you've seen me lose housing, you've seen me adjust, but you haven't seen me drink. That's the thing that I don't do today. I'm able to embrace the hardships in life and be able to, trust and believe, that things will get better. You like purple too? Well, that's cool. Purple is a beautiful color. There's a lot of big catfish in this river. When I was a kid, I used to come down here and catch them. But one of the best catfish baits that I found to use is shrimp. Get some old jumbo black shrimp and let them set out in the sun and let them rot. And I tell you what, that's some of the best catfish bait you'll ever use. Hope everybody's having a beautiful Sunday today. God bless each and every one of you. I know I couldn't ask for a more beautiful morning, and I'm just so thankful for this day, being able to have this opportunity to live life. I was gone away for so many years, stuffed away in jails and prisons dealing with alcoholism, and been out a couple years now rebuilding. And like I said, it's been challenging, but it's been better, but it's been harder. It's been another thing, just trying to get through all the barriers that make it so challenging to rebuild in life. I don't know why they make it so hard. When people try to change and rebuild in life, they make it so hard for them to be able to get anywhere, to be able to find housing or jobs or anything like that. Everybody's having a great Sunday today. So I'm just out on my nature wildlife hike this morning. Thought I'd come spend some time with you all, see how you all were doing, and share how beautiful this river is and this beautiful day here in Virginia. Share some more about my story, hear about my recovery in 2025. Trying to rebuild here, after many years of alcoholism and incarcerations, getting out now, about 2 years I've been out and clean and sober, and been here on the channel with you all. And you all have seen me go through blizzards, you've seen me go through floods, you've seen me go through pneumonia, you've seen me get housing, you've seen me lose housing, you've seen it kind of all, but one thing you haven't seen, like I said, is you haven't seen me drink or get really depressed. Even though I've been dealing kind of with a little bit of depression lately, I've been feeling a little down, but I'm trying to work myself through it this morning. Getting out, showing gratitude on this beautiful Sunday morning. It is absolutely gorgeous here. Good to have everybody. Thanks for being with me. Good morning, everybody. Top of the Sunday morning to you. I hope everybody's having a beautiful Sunday today. I'm out and about, so I could say I'm actually pretty tired today. Didn't rest too well last night, so just trying to get readjusted. moving around again. You guys, I was just left the mountains up in the Shenandoah Valley. And now I'm down here next to North Carolina, trying to get adjusted, trying to find work, trying to find permanent housing, and just in between, getting out here in nature and wildlife and try to enjoy what I love to do. And here in my recovery, just trying to rebuild, it's just been so challenging, with all the barriers that's up against me, trying to find permanent housing, trying to find employment, those types of things. But, I stay strong through it all. I keep waiting patiently, and that's what it takes from me today is just slowing down and allowing things to come to me. Not getting anxious or not worrying, but understanding that things come in time, and not worrying. I used to worry a lot. So today I try not to worry, try not to get anxious, and try to take my time in life. But like I said, being in here in recovery is extremely hard. I'm out here by myself, doing this, and started this channel, and hopefully I'm inspiring other people, motivating them, letting them know that recovery is possible. I know my life right now is not perfect. I don't have permanent housing. I don't have permanent employment. Trying to get adjusted. I just got off of probation, just did everything I needed to do to get off of that. Went through all of that and continuing to rebuild, over the years, and it takes time. And hopefully, as I continue to take a little chunk off here and a little chunk off there, I'll be able to successfully make it and make a full recovery. Recovery takes time. I can say that I'll be in recovery for the most of my life, but one thing I can say is that today I'm able to find strength, during the tough times in life. I don't crumble as easy as I used to, and just take on the challenges that come to me in life today. And there's many. So just staying strong through it all. And I just wanted to share this beautiful morning with you here. I'm out on my nature and wildlife hike, trying to find some guidance in my life today, trying to find some direction where I'm headed to next. I was talking about in my first part of my channel here a couple years ago about my dream, about wanting to travel, the States and share my recovery story. And, it's gradually becoming possible, but, patiently in God's time and not in mine. So I've had to go through a lot to get to where I'm at today, and it didn't happen for me as fast as I wanted it to. I wanted to travel last year. I had planned on going out west, and I didn't make it. A lot of things came, and a lot of pitfalls, came that took me away from what I wanted to do. But now I'm free. Like I said, I'm free off of probation. I can travel now, and things are starting to open up for me. But, there's a lot of questions that has to be answered. A lot of ifs, a lot of don't knows, but remaining faithful, remaining sober through it all, and just hanging tough, and hopefully I'm inspiring other people today, letting them know that recovery is possible, to let them know that people in recovery, if we can work together and bond together to fight against homelessness, to fight against addiction issues, and make a change. I was talking about self-sustainable housing, a small, tiny communities of homeless people getting together, learning how to get along. I could say if we could all just get along, that's what it really takes, and we could all work together. And that's what it takes today. It takes working together, not fighting against one another. And I try to get along with other people, even though it's extremely hard. I try to find patience with people and throughout my day. And like I said, it's just a beautiful morning here in Virginia, and I wanted to spend some time with you this morning. Share a little bit more about me, my recovery story, why I'm here. And I'd love to have you a part of my community. If you'd like to subscribe today, I'd love to have you. Let's say I've been here 2 years now, here on YouTube. Well, I say 2 years, not quite 2 years now. I started out in December 23 on a small farm. When I got sober, I went through a recovery program and got sober and started this channel. I was inspired to do it and to tell my story about life, how I went down the waste pipes as an alcoholic, and how I was able to make change in my life, day by day, gradually throughout these years. You guys have seen a lot of videos I posted, of my recovery, of good days, bad days, and this has been my story. This has been my life. And hopefully, like I said, I'm able to inspire other people, help other people here in my recovery and others as well. Hope everybody's having a blessed day today. Not having my coffee, getting my day going today, like I say, trying to find some direction in my life. Thinking about heading out west. So trying to get some itinerary together. I've never been out on the West Coast. And let's say trying to rebuild here in Virginia is not easy. Being in recovery, having a criminal record, it's not so felon friendly. So I found some felon friendly states and other places, and I think I want to try those out. I got some guys that's sneaking up on me right now. They hear me talking, and I'm going to show you these guys. These geese snuck up on me. I turned around and looked, and I got these geese that wanted to be on YouTube this morning, so here they are. Hey guys, I don't have anything for you. I wish I had something to eat for you, but I don't. I think they're hungry. I think he thinks I have something to eat for him. I wish I had something to feed you, buddy, but I don't. Hey there, guys. How y'all doing this morning? They heard me over here talking on YouTube, and they just had to be on YouTube this morning. So here's my YouTube geese this morning. Say good morning, geese, on YouTube. Hey, guys. Hey there. You wanted to be on YouTube this morning, huh? They snuck right up on me. I was here live streaming on the river this morning with you all, and these geese snuck right up on me. Hey there. What you doing? Hey there. What you doing? Good to see everybody this morning. Thanks again for jumping in with me. I think this geese right here doesn't want me too close to him. He's hissing a little bit this morning. But yeah, I think they might have a little nest around here or something with some babies or some eggs in it. But anyways, good having everybody this morning with me. I appreciate you being here. And I'm going to get moving on up the trail, do some more walking this morning, and save some battery on my phone for later on when it warms up. But it looks like it's going to rain. So I need to get somewhere where it's going to be dry and my phone don't get wet, and I don't get wet today. But save some battery as well so I can live stream with you later on this afternoon when it warms up a little bit more and hopefully the sun comes out. And until then, y'all have a beautiful Sunday today. God bless each and every one of you. And I'll see you again soon. If you'd like to be a part of this community, I'd love to have you here in my recovery story. Here in 2025, being a part of this community would be something great. Not only encouraging me, but also other people in recovery. Y'all have a blessed day. I'll be back live streaming with you more later. Good time. Check out some of my videos. I have a lot of nature and wildlife videos of national forests and national parks I've been to. Very beautiful here in Virginia. So if you'd like to check it out, I'd love for you to do that. But this little geese right here, he wants me out of here. I think they have some babies around here somewhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here and let them have their space back. Y'all have a good one now. I'll see y'all next time. Y'all have a great day now. Bye, everybody.